Morning, guys. It's another beautiful day. It's Friday. It's Friday already. My gosh, Friday, May 21st. The birds are chirping. I got a nice tan, you guys, the other day. Went to two parks. I went to Central Park in Manhattan, and I went to Prospect Park out here in Brooklyn. 2 separate days, but I think to get a real legit tan, you cannot wear a bra or a shirt or anything. You gotta go like naked. That's why people like go to the park, get a blanket, lie down, take off their top, sometimes their bottom. Depends on like where at in the park, or like if you go to a beach that's nude, you can do that. You can just lie down on, I remember like going to South Beach in Miami and just lying down. Well, not me, but like seeing other women do it. Lie down fully nude and just get a nice solid tan, and it feels good. It's therapeutic to be out in the sun, so I may actually do that. I just gotta find a nice place to do that. Imagine going to Central Park and just lying out there on the grass fully naked. How refreshing. I did, when I was out there, I did see this woman lying out on the grass, and she had a bikini on, but she had her legs like gapped open. And I had to do a double take. I was like, did I just see her coochie lips? Did I just see that? But anyway, guys, that's not what this video is about. So I shared this post on my Facebook page of a photo where women from the Hamar tribe in Ethiopia, which I didn't even know that this happened, they, in the photo, had whelps across their back and to the point where they were bleeding. It caught my attention because, number one, I saw some melanin skin, beautiful melanin skin, and then I read the caption on the photo, and I saw that basically it was a ritual that they go through. They call it a rite of passage to show their love for the men in their tribe. And for me, I thought it was beautiful. But somebody commented and said that it was harsh. It was a bit harsh. But if the women say they don't feel pain from it, then how is that any different than BDSM? It quickly made me think about BDSM, my interest in masochism and BDSM and getting spanked or getting beaten. And I'm like, dang. I mean, we already knew this, right? It's no surprise, but when you actually see like the connection, you see the culture, the African culture in the present day moment, and you realize that, wow, a lot of things really can be traced back to Africa. Like BDSM originated, everything originated in Africa. BDSM, twerking, everything comes from Africa. So I just thought that that was kind of inspiring just to see that. I saw it this morning, I shared it on my page. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And it made me think about the gift of submission, the process of submission. And I started to do some introspection, thinking about my own self and like thinking about what kind of submissive I am. And you guys know I make a lot of videos on submission, right? And dominant submission. What does it take for a black man to get a black woman to submit? And I talk about different characteristics of the black man. But I never mentioned beatings. I don't think I ever mentioned beatings. I talk about, the black man being intellectually smart, having confidence in himself, being assertive, having financial stability, like being able to have certain things that give him this sense of dominance, right? But I never really talk about beatings. I've talked about beatings before in the context of BDSM, but not specifically geared towards how to get a woman to submit. And some of you guys who are not a part of the BDSM lifestyle may be like, as you all guys always do, watching my videos, like, what? What? It seems very foreign. But you guys, a lot of y'all beat y'all children into submission. And they ass still don't listen. They still bad, you know? So, question is, can you beat a person into submission? Or do they voluntarily give up their submission? That's a good question. Can a person be beat into submission? For me, I would like to believe that I actually prefer to be beat into submission by my male partner. Just, it feels good. And I'm looking outside my window, y'all. So y'all, when you see my eyes divert that way. It's like I'm facing my window, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sight. Trees, blue. I'm trying to say beautiful and blue at the same time. Blue sky, beautiful green trees, leaves growing from the trees. But yeah, I would like to be like, I think I prefer to be beat into submission, but not only beaten though. I think beatings play a major role. And when you guys go and read my BDSM fictional story that I have on my website, DanielleLeach.com, interesting. When I think about that. When I think about the storyline in that blog in my book, Dying to Submit, the character was beaten to submission. But it wasn't just beatings that got her to submit, but that was, I think, a significant part. I really have to emphasize that. That was a significant part of the submission. Granted, there were rules, there was structure that was imposed upon her that she willingly accepted, in terms of, you have to check in at certain times throughout the day. You have to get permission before you do certain things. You only can eat what I tell you to eat. Like, rules and structure, right? But the rules and structure that were imposed upon this submissive in this story that I wrote was reinforced by the beatings. It was maintained by the beatings. So beatings are a significant part. When you think about it, relating it to my previous video about black women submitting to black men, maybe they don't submit because they don't get beat. So am I encouraging black men to beat black women? Honestly, anything I talk about, y'all know, as involving consent, okay? So nothing happens without consent. The consent of both people involved in the relationship, or it could be multiple people involved. So let's make that clear, because I don't want nobody to be misinterpreting what I'm saying and they go take something and run with it. I am not advocating for abuse, but I think as long as there is consent, the woman and the man agree, big deal. And to see that there is discipline that is used as a tool to shape the woman. It's not about, bossing a woman around and you do what I say, but the woman is being molded into something very beautiful for the man in service of the male partner. Because every man is different. Every man has different expectations, different needs of his woman. And for a man to have the courage to implement these tools, implement discipline to yield a certain result from his woman, I think it's magical. It's amazing. And when women agree to it, when a woman says, you know what, I will accept that, I will take a beating. Man. Now, some of y'all ain't never had no beating. Y'all done like played around with light spankings in the bedroom. Who hasn't gotten tapped on their ass a couple times, like in doggy style position while having sex? Most people have, but a beating is something different, guys. A beating involves a certain degree of pain, closely reaching a certain threshold. Because we all have a threshold of pain that we can tolerate. But going a little bit beyond that threshold, like coming close to it, but kind of tampering a little bit beyond it, right? To the point where a woman, just like I did with my shoulders, just let go, just, because a lot of times we are so resistant. We are naturally resistant. Making sure I'm not going over because I'm going to have to wrap this video up soon. And I can come back and do another video if you guys want me to. I probably should go live, but this is more of like a pre-recorded video. My live videos, I think, are more exciting because there's engagement and interaction and people get to comment, right? So I may come back and do a live video. Y'all let me know, because I'm not going to go live just to be talking to myself, okay? So if you guys want me to go live, let me know, and we can arrange for me a time for me to do a live video on this topic. But for a woman to agree to lie down on the bed, and it's no fun if she's wearing clothes, right? What's the point of getting a beating if you have on clothes? So of course she strips down. Probably even better if the man strips off her clothes. I think that's so sexy. Like, y'all don't know how to like have fun, you know? Who likes boring stuff? I know I don't. And I think a lot of people, traditional kind of typical or contemporary relationships, men, like, especially nowadays, these modern day men, y'all lazy. Y'all just sit there. Y'all like, don't even take off your clothes when you have sex. How is that even sensual, you know? Y'all gotta know how to heighten the sensuality of sex, right? And there's different things you can do to heighten it. I think number one, be nude, like flesh to flesh, be able to like skin to skin contact. Oh my gosh, that takes it up many notches, right? But removing of the clothes, the man like removing the clothes, and it's not just removing the clothes, but it's how he removes the clothes, you know, like snatching them off, you know, a little bit aggressively, gotta put some oomph into it, you know, and you know, and then she's exposed, and I think it's even better if his clothes are still on, you know, because they don't both have to be naked at the same time, even though they may if he wants to, but it's just, I think it's something about the power dynamic when a man still has on his clothes and the woman is fully exposed, naked, in her birthday suit. She's more vulnerable, I think. At least she feels that way. Well, at least I feel that way. And then lies down on the bed and just takes it. Takes the hits, you know? It could be it with a hand. Hand spankings can hurt. They can really hurt. And some men like to do it over the knee. It's like, my gosh, them shits can hurt. But, you know, or just lying down on the bed. Have her lie down on the bed. Fully naked. I like mine with a belt. And to the point where you know, because you can visually see submission happen. You can see where it starts off and she's maybe tense and guarded and resistant. And then over time, you can see that resistance slipping away from her, that control kind of slipping away, where she's just there. She's at your control. She's at your beck and call. You know, she's weak, but weak in a good way. Submission is a good thing. You know, it's actually the embodiment of strength. It's a symbol of strength. It's not weakness by how we understand, conceptualize weakness. It's a beautiful thing when a woman can trust a man to get to that point. So that's all I have for you guys right now. And come back and talk about it later, but I want to hear what you guys think about this. Man, BDSM originated in Africa. Isn't that beautiful? So many different things that we see within so-called American culture. It's really, they stole it from Africa. You know, I thought originally that BDSM came from Europe or, United Kingdom. Because you see a lot of people in London, like men,